Zombie Apocalypse.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone. We're taking, thank you. You are taking MEIE 212, which is the production of audiovisual aids and devices. And today, we're going to present, based on what we agreed. Diba, I asked you, we will not conduct sync meeting for the past three consecutive days. I know, three meetings, 3 Saturdays, just to give you ample time to work on your developing your IM or ICT based materials. So today is April 23, and I expect that to those who are present here, this is a graded recitation. Will present their output. When I say project scope, based on the video that I presented to you, this is about the status. Okay, the status or how far have you gone with your ICT based material. So without further ado, uh, let me check first who are present here in our Google Classroom, Google Meeting, I should say. Uh, all in all, tama ba? We are 12, including me. So these are the presenters. I know kasi si Mr. Delgado I think he's using two devices. Even Sir Marlon, so still nasa around 8 or 10 tayo. Anyway, the show must go on. You have to present still your output. Okay? So para maiba naman yung the way I call students, gamitan natin ng isang application or software. So I'll share to you. I've been using this even during the face-to-face if meron kaming activities or games or energizers. Okay? So I will be sharing Okay, nakikita po ba, class?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes
this is
po.
this is the wheel of names. Diba? You can use this sa inyong klase. If you have graded recitation or activity or games, or it's up to you. You can use this app or software na online naman siya in a creative way. So this time, kung sino po ang matawag para tong that is a roulette wheel or roulette, I should pronounce this. Wherein once kung sino po matapat dito, siya po ang magpe-present ng output. Ano, game po tayo? Ready na po ba?
Game po, sir.
Game,
Okay.
sir.
So, let's start the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck po sino matatawag. So, let's start. Sino pang unang magpe-present? Kung wala, pasensyahan tayo. Walang rating. Or, sige, next meeting. Pero, fun na. Rate nila. Yun lang. Andito ba si Romel? Confirm.
Wala po ata, sir.
Ha? Wala ba? Escucha. Can you please monitor? Kasi naka-screen tayo sa game. Is Mr. What do you call this? Mr. Romel Blaser around po?
Wala po, sir.
Wala,
Okay.
sir.
Yun lang. So, remove na natin. Next, somebody's raising his hand. Ano yun? Sir, pwede sir mag-volunteer. Okay. Kasi alam ko kasi yung kanina, yung pa yung iba ayaw kasi mag-present eh. So, ginawan ko na ng paraan para walang sisihan. Okay. I think Sir Jben volunteer already. Ayaw na ata matawag sa Wheel of Names. So, sir, I'll give you now the floor. You can present po your output. I'll stop sharing na po. Take note ha, this is a graded citation, your output will be recorded. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, no audio po.
Sir Jben, I think there's a problem with your audio.
Hello, sir. Sound check.
Okay.
Okay na.
On my end, okay na siya. How about the rest?
Hello. Audio
Okay
check.
na po, sir.
Okay na. Sige. Yes. Wait lang po, Settings.
So while Sir Jeben is preparing his material, reminder, I already gave you the template. So the format for your project scope, 1 up to 6 lang po tayo, yung una yung title, followed by, let me check, yung, saan na ba yun? Okay. Description, objectives, project beneficiaries, timeline or Gantt chart until project development process. Yun po ang ating. So you can present po in a span of 5 minutes. Okay na po yan. For as long na makita ko yung details ng inyong ginagawang material. Sir Jeben, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hindi ko lang hindi. Wait, sir. Nakita na po, sir.
On my end, hindi pa.
Nakikita na po.
Yes, okay na po sa akin.
Okay na po.
Sige po.
Okay. So good afternoon, classmates. Sir Kenji, magandang hapon. So ito po ang aking output. Hello, sir. Okay pa po ba ako? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ito po ang aking output sa project scope outline for ICT-based instructional materials. So hindi ko pa po nagawa yung template. So bali ginawa ko lang po muna ito sa frame. So ito po ang aking progress report. So dito po sa sa title, so, ang proposed title ko po kay Sir Kanji is mock-up operational manual. So actually dalawa po ang aking gagawin. Yung mock-up for CCTV, closed circuit television, and then may mga subtopics po siyang kasama. The same with the operational mock-up for HTS or home theater system, still with the additional and subtopics. Okay, sa description, project description ang aking gagawin na project. So dinefine ko muna yung operations manual. So it means a documentation containing procedures, instructions, and guidance for use by operational personnel in the execution of their duties. So as for instruction purposes, so, ito na po yung kung saan ko gagamitin. So specifically in competency-based training where learning is self-paced. So operation manual is the type of document given to the learners before performing a task. It contains a device or machine. So these operations manuals that are being developed are specifically designed for tested trainees and applicable for the nominal duration courses. Kasi sa amin po sa TESDA, so ang mga courses sa amin or tinatawag naming qualifications, bali may mga lang kami, nominal durations. Ibig sabihin, may exit lang po, very short period of time lang ang aming mga courses. So, for example, ang electronics is 260 hours. So, that's roughly around 33 days. So, yun po, dapat matapos yon within the given period of time. So, operation manual for CCTV system setup and wiring with subtopics on CCTV parts, functions, and the latest trends on security cameras, and home theater system fundamentals and wiring guides. So, bali ito po yung aking description sa aking gagawing project. Okay, dito naman po sa objectives. So this project aims to provide learners with detailed procedure on how to operate CCTV and home theater system mock-ups in competency-based training. So CBT allow learners to choose which lesson they would like to learn first or task they want to perform first. Since it's a self-paced or self-directed learning, operation manuals are provided to learners along with the competency-based learning material. So actually, pwede rin itong i-insert doon sa tinatawag naming CBLM. But then, kailangan mayroon pa rin separate na operational manuals, especially in every mock-ups or machines na ginagamit sa training. Kasi malilesen yung lecture time and mas makaka-focus kami sa actual or practical activities. So this project will also provide assistance to trainers by reducing the lecture time and explaining the procedures on how to perform a specific task or operate a machine, device, or mock-up. Trainers will just supervise the activities and provide further assistance to learners having hard time understanding the instructions in operation manual. In addition, learners will realize the importance of reading operation manuals before operating a device or machine, even outside school. So, yun nga po, ano. So, since very limited ang time, so, kailangan bigyan sila ng mga reading materials para at least kahit sa kanilang bahay, pwede silang magbasa ng mga learning materials. So, pagdating sa school, they're just going to focus their attention to the practical activities. Okay, and also this project, kumbaga makikita ng estudyante yung importance ng pagbasa ng mga operation manuals kasi ang iba sa kanila talagang halimbawa yung mga kailangan i-operate na device or machines talagang diretso na sila, trial and error, which is sometimes harmful sa mga appliances natin. So kailangan talagang basahin yung operation manuals. That is why I come up with this project. Okay, next is the beneficiaries. So the target beneficiaries of this project are tested trainees taking electronics or any related course. In addition, this will also be beneficial to trainers handling electronics. This operation manual can be uploaded to LMS or converted into hard copy for easy access. So meron naman po tayong LMS sa school. So kaya po itong design na ginawa ko, so pwede siyang i-upload sa ating mga LMS or pwede rin na hard copy para mas madali ma-access. And sa timeline, of course, ito po yung ginawa kong Gantt chart. So yung project proposal, so medyo natagalan mag-isip. And then nung nag-deadline si sir, yun lang po nagkaroon ng time na makapag-isip ng talagang kung ano ba talaga ang gagawin. Then of course, approval dito po sa week 26. And then sa April 2, 9 and 16. So ito na po yung IM development. Then of course, the so week and of course and documents week of 7/14 21 and 28 strategy or pedagogy o kung ano man na gustong i-integrate sa training. So kailangan mo na tinatawag namin BIS bago siya i-implement sa aming training. Proper implementation. So, fitment process, of course, ginamit natin yung ADDIE. So, ADDIE. So, analysis for A. So, courses in TESTA have limited duration. So, to give more focus on practical activities and limit the lecture time, development of operation manual for machine, devices, or mock-up should be made available in the training area. And then the design. Operation manual designed for mock-ups or working models of CCTV mounted on a board and home theater system which can be utilized by electronic class and TESDA. So, mobile naman po itong mock-ups natin. So, pwede siyang ilipat kahit saan. Hindi siya nakafix sa wall na sometimes ganun ang design ng iba. Pero ito, ang gagawin natin is mobile. So, pwede siyang ilipat kahit saan. And development operation OM or operational manual will provide instruction with pictures to guide trainees in operating machine, device, or mock-up. So the development will last for weeks and should be forwarded to the office of the VIS for approval before deployment to training. So yun nga po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Kailangan ma-approve muna sa instruction supervisor bago i-deploy sa training. Then implementation. Testing stage of the operation manual will be integrated in the electronics DTS program of TESDA. So DTS program is longer than nominal duration courses. So learners' performance in operating a machine using not using the OM be the basis for evaluation of the said operation manual. Then of course, evaluation. So after testing the OM, the result will be evaluated. So, yun po sir ang aking output sa the project scope outline for ICT-based instructional materials. Sir, makita. Sir Kanj?
Okay. So, once again, thank you, Sir J. Ben, for that
Sir.
detailed, comprehensive presentation of your project scope. I am glad that you're able to come up with your IM, though it's still in progress. Pero I know I'm guided and I know already the direction of your material. Sir, there's things that I would like to verify from you. Is it okay if I have
Yes, sir.
if I ask some certain questions?
Yes po sir. Please go ahead po.
Regarding sa inyong IM, sir, which is I heard you will be working on an operation manual, tama ba? Yung isa.
Yes po sir.
And
Parehas po sir.
so you're going to develop two operation manual for the device, right?
Yes sir. Tama po.
So, sir, is there an existing operation manual sa ginagamit yung device ngayon sa inyong field? Meron o wala?
Wala pa po sir.
Good. Because,
Yes, sir.
sige
Opo.
sir, continue sir.
Wala pa pong approved na operation manual sa amin. So, yun ang naisip ko. Kasi mas napapadali yung training, lalo na nga po doon sa nominal duration na very short time, it's very short ng duration niya. So, yun ang naisip ko. So, once na-approve po ito, talagang i-integrate ko po ito sa aking training sa mga qualifications na handle ko.
Okay. So, ito sana sir yung advice ko sa iyo. Maitutulong ko sa iyo. The reason why we are working on your IM is not because of completion of requirement, or the reason why you are doing your IM is simply because of compliance for this course. It's not actually. Actually, I am helping you. Class. First, gagawa ka ng IM because the main reason is you want to help the students appreciate the topic or the course na tinuturo mo or subject. Second, career growth or professional growth. So ito sir yung suggestion ko sana or my advice ko sa iyo sir. Sir, yung ginawa mo pong IM ay yung ginawa mo pong manual, imagine mo dalawang manual. Kung sakali matapos ay siyempre matatapos mo siya, 'di ba? Please apply for a copyright. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, I don't
Pag-aaralan po.
okay. Kasi yung copyright is it's a protection. Hopefully yung ginawa mong IM is puwedeng magamit niyan in the future. Not just sa course ninyo or hindi naman po lahat na nagtuturo ng electronics, 'di ba, merong IM. Puwede din gamitin. Okay? Parang parang ROI din 'yan in the future. Okay? Up sir, aside from the copyright, puwede mo siya sir, gamitin for promotion, 'di ba? I think yung TESDA 'di ba, kagaya din sa SUCS, sa college, we undergo the NBC, right sir? So, I
Yes, sir.
suggest and sa NBC kasi may mga criteria yan, may mga pointing system yan, Okay, search to experience ano, because sir, just like you, gumawa din po ako ng material. Kaya yung na-experience ko po, tulong ko din sa inyo in the future. Kasi we're of the same wavelength, meaning to say pare-pares po tayo nasa academe and most of us dito nasa tertiary. Please, yung ginawa niyong project sa akin, requirement, pwede niyo siya i-apply. Okay? Good thing yung gagawin yung IM is nasa field ninyo or sa tinuturo ninyong subject. Kasi kung gumawa ka ng IM, hindi naman relevant or related sa tinuturo mong subject, it will not be given credit. Okay? So, sir, pwede siya i-apply mo for copyright and then yung isa, what I mean, yung dalawa, you can both apply it for copyright. The other one is for creative works under 3.2D. Nasa NBC po yung guide, nasa guide yan, sir. So, I'm helping you, sir, already ha, para at least ma-boost yung ating career, kasi the bottom line of this is you are hitting two birds in one stone. Gumawa ka ng IM, compliance mo sa akin, at the same time, para sa career growth mo. Okay? And another thing pa, magagamit ng mga estudyante, definitely, that's the sole purpose kung bakit tayo gumawa ng IM. Okay? So, sir, ulitin ko apply ka for copyright. Hindi ko alam kung ano ba ang sistema sa inyo. Do you have an office na nagbabalidate or nag-certify na I think narinig ko kanina yung DIS, tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Instructional super, ang tawag doon, sir? Can you enlighten?
Ano yan, sir? BIS, yung Vocational Instruction Supervisor. Parang siya yung faculty head namin
So, sir, ipa-check mo po, ipa-credit mo sa
sa
kanya. Apo.
TESDA.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ipa-certify mo.
Yes, sir.
And how about, sir, sa applying for copyright and publication, sir? Meron ba kayong office or para
Mm,
kasi, sir, kailangan po yan. Magagamit mo din siya po, sir.
Wala pa po, sir. Pagkakalam, sir, wala pa kaming committee or parang group na discuss na kung ano.
Okay, sir.
Mga copyright. Pero merong research team, sir. Siguro doon po siguro sa research team namin.
Okay, sir. Since, geto, sir, para matulungan din kita. Since, sir, you are an MEIA student, then connected ka sa BU. Right, diba? Definitely, automatic, bona fide MEIA student ka, connected ka sa BU na nag-aaral ka. You can apply for copyright sa ating IPMD, Intellectual Property Management Division, headed by my former professor, o faculty ko na ngayon, and siya po ang head or director. Siya po si Dr. Balbin. Are you familiar with him? I think some of you here, kilala po si Dr. Balbin. Nicanor Balbin po. Anyone from this group? Are you familiar? Class? Hello? Yes, so.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Apo. So, doon po kayo, sir, mag-a-apply. Okay? I think, sir, libre po siya. Kung hindi po kayo kung hindi kayo connected, may certain fee siya. Pero, sir, magagamit mo siya in the long run. So, you can apply for copyright and then yung material mo i-convert mo siya into creative work. You can review, sir, the NBC binibigay na particularly sa CCE. Kasi ang NBC dalawa QCE and CCE. Yung CCE po yung may mga pointing systems po yan. So doon mo siya, sir, gagamitin. Innovation po under 3. Number 3, which is the professional. I forgot yung mga term doon. Dami kasi. So, sir,
Yes, sir.
congratulations in advance kung sakali magawa mo yan. Laking tulong po niyan.
Sir. Yes, sir. Maraming salamat, sir. Nag-take note ako, sir, para
Opo, charge to experience
hanapin ko
kasi,
yung ano.
charge to
Opo.
experience sa akin kasi sir, nagamit ko siya recently. Nakatulong po siya. So, yun, you can use that in the
Sige, sir.
future.
Baka sa next cycle, sir, may habol ko.
Sure, yes, sure sir, magagamit ko yan.
Sige po, sir. Maraming salamat, sir.
Good luck. Sige.
Thank you.
Thank you Sir Jeben. Balik tayo sa roleta ng kapalaran or may magbo-volunteer na? Okay. Sir Abila, you raise your hand. What is it?
Yes, sir. Pwede po akong next na kayo, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you. So, para hindi masaya yung energy ko naman. Sige. Go, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you po, sir. So, let me just share my screen. Although I'm using dalawa pong no? Teka lang. Teka lang, sir. Medyo... Hindi ko, sir, ma-open. Wait lang po. Now open, ay nakikita na po, sir. Classmates.
Yes po.
Okay. So, good afternoon po, sir, and my classmates. Last meeting po, hindi ako nakapag-provide or provide kay sir ng copy kung ano pong IMs yung gagawin ko. Now, sir, ang ini-inform ko lang po kayo that I am going to use a SIM, Strategic Intervention Materials, focusing on my subject handled hairdressing po sa grade 10. So, dito po sa progress report ko, this is all about the strategic intervention materials in hairdressing 10. So, for my project title, it would be hairdressing 10. I am using the different types of hairstyle for women. Kasi sir, sa amin sir, we have seven teachers sa TLE. Lahat na po siguro ng offering sa TLE nandoon na sa amin. And we are just given 20 students. So dito po, sa napansin ko po sa kanila sir, during our previous topics, napansin ko po na sa practical skills ng mga bata, medyo doon po sila hindi marunong kasi nga po walang face-to-face. Nagbe-base lang po sila doon sa modules na binibigay ng DepEd. Kasi the reason why I came up with SIM is that dito po sa hairdressing, maraming components po, maraming topics wherein it needed a practical application po. Katulad na lang po sa hair cutting, which is our previous topics na nagpa-project po ako sa kanila, and then some of my students hindi po talaga nila nakuha yung paano yung process ng haircut. Although sabi ko sa kanila, just try their best po. So that's why I came up with the SIM, which focuses on their performance task. Okay, so for my project description, so let me just read first. The hair is considered as the crowning glory, especially for women. It can change a person's look from drastic to majestic. A properly groomed hair can boost your confidence. It can add a unique characteristic or give a person that what we call X factor. So, students' learning were compromised due to this pandemic. It gives them a hard time to understand the self-learning modules provided to them. So it is very important for the students to have some guides in their lessons, especially if the lessons requires a practical output, like in hairdressing, where realization of a certain topic is needed. And as for the student in hairdressing, this module will help increase the understanding about hairstyling, For I know that every one of us desired a perfect look and searches for the best fashionable hairstyle. So with today's technology, we can create a new hair look and trendy hairstyles. So in order to have a better understanding on the current techniques in fashionable and trendy hairstyling, this sim offers you important topics in achieving a new looks. So also, this sim also allows the student to explore their ideas in hairstyling that will contribute to their future career as hairdresser. It will guide them on how to properly execute a type of hairstyle they want. So dito po sir, as I am teaching already hairstyling for about 3 years, meron na po akong student na ngayon ay nagtatrabaho na siya sa isang salon. So nagamit niya din po yung ibang techniques na naituro namin sa kanya. Okay? So for my project objectives, so with the present learning modalities adopted by our school, it is not evident that the student learned something about the lessons provided by the SLMs, so we must consider the following. First, be able to reintroduce to them with some technology used in hairstyling. Actually po sir, dito po sa Hairdressing Volume 1, this is intended although ako kumuha ng ibang modules, then i-reintroduce ko lang po sa kanila yung in performing a certain type of hairstyle, and then guide them with proper procedure in handling and executing specific tours on how to deal in dealing or creating a certain hairstyle po. So next, who are my project beneficiaries? So it would be the SAIS students, particularly the grade 10 students in hairdressing. But kung halimbawa po ma-adapt itong sim na to, pwede rin po itong gamitin sa ibang school with I think approval ng aming principal po. Okay po, ito na po yung project scope Gantt chart ko. So hindi ko po nilagyan siya ng date, months lang po ang nilagay ko dito. So I have here the process. During the 3rd week, I guess, ng February, I started monitoring sa 3rd quarter po ng aming distribution and retrieval, wherein I asked them to provide me with a practical output in hair cutting. So diyan ko po na kuha kung bakit kailangan ng mga bata nung sim na ito para na rin makatulong po sa kanila. And then I proceeded with the sim planning for about the last week of February until the 2nd week of March or mid of 1st week, I guess. And then I do research po sa YouTube, sa Google, kasi marami pong process sa YouTube na makikita. And then with the books I have here na ginagamit ko dati pa po. And then I proceed with the sim design integration. 1st week pa lang po ng March nag-start ako, but then yung current progress ko nandito pa lang kasi there are still innovation na pwede kong gawin doon sa sim before presenting it to the students. And then yung testing po, I guess due to some reasons wherein nag-stop po yung classes, may Holy Week po tayo, medyo hindi po tayo nakapag-testing muna since marami pong disruption ng classes. And then yung sa demonstration ko, it will focus sana this last week of April, but then most of the students hindi pa po sila nagko-comply doon sa 3rd quarter output ko. So medyo pinahabaan ko po. So mag-start pa lang ako ng first week ko na sa 4th quarter is siguro 1st week ng May po. So sana po makahabol itong sim na ginagamit ko para ma-demonstrate. And then po yung finishing touch ko po siguro sa Maie na, and then yung presentation na po sa inyo. And then my project development process, yung ADDIE po. So analysis po, I analyze the previous output of the students, especially to their previous output po sa previous lessons nila, and then take in for consideration the difficulties of students in dealing with their practical skills. And then deal on how to be able to address the situation with the material to be used. Yan po yung sa analysis ko. And then I proceed with creating a design that is timely and within across the curriculum. Gather more data that can be used by the targeted beneficiaries. And after I create the designs and gather the data, I now came up with the IMs, which is the SIM. So I develop a SIM that helps the students in enhancing their practical skills. So dito po sa implementation, maybe after siguro matapos yung sa design and sa lahat po, I can now implement it to my grade 10 students, especially in SAIS, but of course with the approval of our principal. And then after that implementation, I proceeded with the evaluation, which is after siguro ng paggamit nila ng SIM. So sir, that ends my presentation for today. Sir Kenji.
Hello, Sir Marlon?
Yes
Can you
po
hear me?
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes sir.
Okay.
Apo.
So, again, thank you, sir, for presenting your SIM. Tama ba?
Yes po sir.
Okay. As your course requirement for production of audiovisual aids and devices. So, sir, can I also ask some questions for validation lang?
Okay
regarding
lang po
sa-
sir.
Sir, I'm just curious with your material, the SIM or tama ba? Strategic Intervention
Intervention
Material.
materials.
So
Yes po.
sir, how does it differ sa ginagamit nyo before, lalo na sa face-to-face na lesson, tama ba? Lesson plan?
Yes
Or
po.
can you tell us, can you enlighten us about your SIM? Kasi I'm not familiar with this material. Sige, go ahead, sir.
Actually sir, kasi yung ginagamit natin before namin sa school is yung reference lang namin sir, only focuses dito po sa libro na provided ng school namin. So actually, walang copy, but then pinagpa-photocopy ko lang po ito. Dalawa po sila sir. So dito po sa SIM na gagawin ko, I look for some videos that incorporates dito po sa topic na nilagay ko sa SIM that will enhance the practical skills ng mga bata. Kasi parang sa tingin ko po, due to this pandemic, hindi malinaw sa mga bata kung ano yung proseso halimbawa doon po sa hair cutting. Kasi ang delikado po yung sa hair cutting kasi once na nagupit mo na po yung buhok, di na po yan po pwedeng ibalik.
Exactly.
Di na po yan po pwedeng ipasta. So ngayon sir, dito po sa SIM na gagamitin ko, they will be guided with the procedure, and then there are certain reminders also kasi they are going to deal with thermal tools which are for hairstyling po. Yun lang po yung pagkakaiba sir, although dito po kasi sa SIM na i-create ko is mai-engage yung mga bata kasi there are procedures, makikita mismo nila kung ano yung paano i-part yung hair bago ka mag-blow dry. Sir?
Mm-hmm. Sir, again, another questions or clarification. Di ba sir
Yes, po.
sa inyong school, you are implementing the modular base or module tama ba? Modular.
Yes, sir.
Yes po. So yung
Actually sir, nag face to face na po kami last March 7 pa po.
Good thing.
So nagkataon po sir na yung SIM ay gagawa po.
So, what you are doing now is pinapa-implement mo na yung SIM mo na na-develop. Am I right?
Hindi pa po siya sir tapos kasi meron pa siya sa last part. So, gusto ko po siya i-implement siguro sa first or second quarter nitong fourth quarter po nila.
See. So sir, may I just clarify also na kamusta yung face-to-face learning ng kwan ngayon? Na lifted na yung ating kwan.
Okay po.
How was it
Dito po sa
now?
school, dito po sa school namin, sir, limited lang po din kami kasi
Mhm.
say for example, sir, sa grade 7, they are allowed to have 40 students lang po. Class A and B po namin up to grade 10 po. So bale, halimbawa sir, this week, yung class A students po ang papasok and then yung class B students po, modular po yun. And the rest of the students na hindi kasama sa limited face-to-face. Ganun po dito sa amin, sir.
With regards sa mga subject na ino-offer, 'di ba you are
Okay, sir.
teaching hairdressing, tama ba?
Yes po, sir.
Napili ba siya or lahat ba ng mga subjects talagang will undergo face to face or pili
Ay,
lang?
pili lang po, sir. Especially sa amin sa grade 10,
Mhm.
ang naka face-to-face lang po is yung ICT kasi more of the students nandoon po naka-enroll sa ICT. Sa hairdressing po, I only have 16 students.
Mhm.
Pinag-ano ko na rin po sila, yung 10 po doon, may access po sa internet and yung 6 po medyo doon po sa part ng hindi po okay yung internet nila. So I will provide them with the soft copy po. Ay hard copy po.
So far with the resumption of face to face or kahit limited siya. So how was the experience, sir? Okay naman po ba? Are you encountering difficulty or sige sir, share us para may idea din kami. Kasi sa college
Okay po.
kasi up to now hindi pa kami nagkaroon ng there's an office order na yung mga faculty until end of sem flexible learning. Kaya up to now 'di ba naka-online tayo. Sige sir,
Yes po.
tell us.
Sir, kasi kami, para sa akin, sa opinion ko po, medyo bitin nga po. Kasi, di ba,
Mm.
ako po, personally, isang beses lang po ako papasok. Halimbawa po, ngayong araw, isang beses lang po ako papasok. And then, susunod po niyan is the following week na. Kasi hanggang Thursday lang po kami, sir. Yung Friday po is for distribution and retrieval na po.
I see. Parang
So kaya medyo bitin po, sir. So although ngayon, sir, may memo na po yung DepEd that 100% of the teachers will dapat po pumapasok na sa school.
When is the implementation? Kasi sa Manila ata talagang nakakawa na sila eh.
Last week lang po ata, sir.
Last week lang siya.
Opo.
Sige. Pero sir, how about those, meron pa ba sa inyo na not yet vaccinated? Ano ba yung sige sir.
Sa klase ko po, sir, isa lang po. Kinausap ko na rin po yung parent kasi ultimo po yung parent hindi rin bakunado. So, according po sa DRR coordinator namin, okay lang daw po kahit yung bata hindi bakunado. Basta always wear face mask po pag nasa loob ng klase.
Okay. Sige. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you
sharing
po,
your
sir.
experience po and your output. So let us now proceed to the next presenter who would like to volunteer. Okay. Ma'am, sino una? I think si Ma'am Emeline. So after Emeline, si Sir Jonel na. Would that be okay, Sir Jonel? Sige. Ma'am Emeline, you're next po.
Hello po, good afternoon po sa lahat. Sir, yung nagawa ko po na is naka-PowerPoint po siya. Pero may plotting na din ako nung sa yung sa binigay mo pong format.
Apo.
Okay lang po ba yun, sir?
Sige, i-present mo na po para makita natin.
Okay.
Sige.
Okay, good afternoon po. Yung sa akin po na final project na naisip kong gawin is yung Learning Management System or LMS. Okay, bridging the gap of technologies and embracing new normal through the advances in ICT blended teaching learning process. Ngayon po, yung ginawa ko pong, kasi po, Prof. Kenj, meron na po ako nagawang LMS dun through the help of Ginomyo po. Yun ang
Okay.
naging yun yung ginamit ko para makagawa po ng LMS.
Okay, sige. Ma'am, is it okay po pa full screen natin? Alt F5 or
Oh,
click the sa katabi ng katabi ng Zoom na 64%
wait po.
para makita po natin.
Try ko muna mag next wait. Pag po kasi sir naka full screen po sir, hindi po siya sir ma-next. Kaya po, palakihin ko na lang po.
Sige. Sa baba po yan.
Uy,
Scroll.
ma'am. Yung reading view na lang po, ma'am. Yung
Oo.
katabi nung, screen, slide share.
Oo.
Sa baba po, yung sa baba.
Yung isang,
One?
Yan.
yan, okay na yan.
Na-proud naman ako. Nagawa ko. Anyway, yan po yung aking gagawin is learning management system for my final project. Okay, learning management system or the LMS is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, automation, and delivery of educational courses, training programs, or learning and development programs. The learning management system concept emerged directly from e-learning. Okay. Naisip ko pong gawin is LMS kasi po dito sa Quezon City mas inclined yung mga students sa technology kasi po kahit papaano medyo advanced naman po yung internet connection dito, kaya ito yung aking ginawang project para mas madali din sa akin, and ang magbe-benefit naman nito is yung mga magiging future student ko kasi po itong project na to, ginawa ko siya, intended po talaga siya for JDVP this coming November. Kaya po, kasi ongoing po yung TM ko. Kaya po parang nagmi-meet sila sa center. Kasi po, yung sa ongoing na TM ko, yung gagawin ko po discussion doon, yun po ang i-upload ko dito sa LMS ko. Pero dahil nagawa ko na nga po siya nung Semana Santa, nung nagawa ko na siya, kaya po nag-upload ako ng isang topic na hindi pa siya related doon sa TM ko, doon sa subject po ng bread and pastry and C2, hindi pa siya related. Trinay ko lang pong uploadan kung successful naman. Yun po. And successful naman po. Naka-upload naman po ako nung mamaya po ipapakita ko. Learning management systems make up the largest segment of the learning system market. The first introduction of the LMS was in the late 1990s. Late 1990s siya, pero mas na-utilize po yung LMS nung nagkaroon ng pandemic way back 2020. Okay po. Learning management systems have faced a massive growth in usage due to the emphasis on remote learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Kasi po kung mapapansin nyo, 1990 pa siya na-established pero nagamit natin siya lately lang. Okay, kaya yun po yung naging isa sa reason kung bakit ito yung pinili ko. Now, yung Moodle and Learning Management System or the LMS Ginomyo, ito pong Ginomyo na to, siya, na-access ko siya for free sa online. Although nagpatulong pa ako kung paano gawin, pero ako po yung gumawa. Humingi lang ako ng tulong kung paano ko siya magagawa. And yun nga po, na-access ko siya for free, pero meron din po yan na may bayad. Depende po yan sa inyo kung alin po yung kukunin nyo. Kasi ang alam ko po, yearly po yung bayad dito sa Ginomyo na to. And yung price niya, depende din kung ano yung gusto mong ma-access. And dahil friend ko po yung tumulong sa akin, kaya yun, nagawa ko po siya for free lang. Contents need to change in teaching methods, flipped classroom, methods to build flipped classroom web page versus the model, TPS Activity 1, the demo model courses and how to create own model course by Ginomyo and Moodle Crowd. Tapos po, yung mga succeeding slides po nito is yung naging ano ko po, naging step by step process kung paano ko po nagawa yung aking LMS. Do I need to discuss pa sir yung step by step or sasunod na lang po? I-ano ko po, i-present ko din po yung aking nagawang
Okay, just Miss Rason.
progress report. Yes,
Apa.
sir.
Just focus muna tayo sa progress report. Yung
Okay, sige
just
po.
give me just the gist lang po, yung salient points lang.
Okay
Okay.
po.
Sige, continue.
Wait, sir. Ilipat ko dun sa ano ko, sa progress report na naka-word. Kasi nga po, nauna nga po yung yung PowerPoint ko bago ko ito magawa. Itong progress report ko po. Okay. Yan po yung project title is yung Learning Management System and project description kagaya po nung binasa ko kanina. And this project is intended for senior high school JDVP recipient, bread and pastry production, and C2 will be the subject na i-upload ko doon sa LMS po. Project objectives to eliminate the traditional barriers to make learning accessible and effective, to give the privilege of accessing content anytime, and to considerably save time, energy, and money, and to make the evaluation and feedback an easy process. And yung sa project beneficiaries ko po is grade 12 senior high school student. Yung sa project timeline po, hindi ko pa siya nagagawa and yung iba pa po. Yan po yung gagawin ko na lang mamaya kasi nasa PowerPoint ko na siya. Ipa-plot ko na lang po siya dito sa progress report ko po. Yun po. Bali, pinaka-gist ng report ko, nagawa ko na yung LMS ko, yung learning management system ko, pero yung mga ilalagay ko pong subjects, yun yung ginagawa ko na every night, paunti-unti. Yung lesson proper, tapos yung mga videos na ilalagay ko, and also the activities na ma-access ng mga students. Yun po, sir.
Miss Rason, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sige. So, first things first, I appreciate that you would like to come up with an ICT-based material through an LMS, right? Or the learning management system. So, I'm just confused with your title kasi when we say LMS, it's a general or a broad topic. Okay? So, um, and you've mentioned that you would like to come up with different topics for your LMS. So, uh, do you want to graduate or do you want to finish this course?
Yes, sir. Sir, kaya naman po, sir. Kasi yung sa bread and pastry ko po,
Mhm.
ongoing ko na po siyang ginagawa. And yung sa cookery naman po, madali na lang naman din po sa akin.
See, I get. So, akala ko kasi LMS, lahat ng subject na in-offer ng school ninyo. So kindly modify or revise your your description na
Okay
tama
po.
ba? It's reflected na yung gagawin mong materials for LMS is concentrated on bread and pastry and the other one is baking. Tama ba?
Bread and pastry po, sir, and cookery. Balik po kasi, sir,
See. Okay.
yes po, ang pinaka main purpose po kasi ng LMS na ginawa ko, kasi po itong LMS na to, pwede pa po akong maglagay ng different subjects na maituturo ko in the near future. Like for example, pag next school year. Tapos po, yung mga subjects na ituturo ko, pwede ko siyang idagdag ko na lang doon. Bali po, right after this subject, sa'yo po, sir, magagamit ko pa rin po siya kasi pwede kong i-upload doon lahat yung mga ituturo kong subjects.
Okay.
Yun po. Pag kunwari hindi na ako affiliated dito sa Electron. Kasi dito sa Electron College, meron po kaming sariling LMS. Yun po, may provider po kami na sariling LMS. Kaya ito pong ginawa ko, mayu-utilize ko lang siya, mayu-utilize lang ng mga students kapag pag pumasa po ako, by God's grace, pag pumasa po ako sa trainer's methodology ko. Yun po.
Remit. Okay. Medyo magpapakamarites ako eh. Narinig ko kanina, sinabi mo na ang tawag dito, I heard na parang kung dito ka pa sa Electron College. So, smell something fishy. Do you, do you have another plan for your career? Are you planning
Yeah,
to leave the Electron College?
as
Sige.
much as I want to, ayoko po sana. Pero kasi sir, pag dumating po siguro yung time na kailangan na mag face-to-face sa BU, then I need to go back sa Bicol po to finish my MA. Baka doon na din ako mag-apply na. Ang lakas ng boses. Yung mga director pala sa kabilang room. Ano po, yun po. Pero po ngayon, wala pa akong plano. Wala pa naman po akong plano kasi yun nga po, nung sinabi ko sa director namin, what if daw mag-salary increase? Sabi ko, okay, sige po, stay muna po ako. Kaya, yun po. Pero pag talaga pong kailangan na mag face to face po, yun po. Kasi po yung kabilang school sa Southeast Asia po, may branch sila sa Legazpi. Tapos sabi po nung marketing nila, head, pag umuwi ka ng Bicol, mag-apply ka sa amin. Pero rival school namin siya dito sa QC. Pero may branch sila sa Legazpi. Yun po.
Oh, Direk, narinig niyo po yan, Direk, ha? Joke lang. Okay. Ma'am, sa totoo lang, we're not yet sure if by next sem. Actually, may kwan kayo dito. Ang next school naman natin is summer. Summer is, di ba pag summer, since nag-transition tayo, dati ang summer dito sa graduate school is April, May. Di ba? So, since nag-transition, this coming June and July, may ino-offer na subject and ito na naman si Sir Kenji, prop na naman ako sa isang subject, electrical and electronics technology yung tuturuan ko this coming June and July. Yung isa, si Ma'am Arlene, yung aming associate din, assessment ata, that has something to do with assessment. And we are not sure, ma'am, if we will be having our face-to-face yet. If you will enroll ulit. Ma'am, by the way, how many units did you earn MAIE?
Ano po, 9 na po, yung tapos na. 9 units
9.
pa lang po.
Ngayon, if you pass this, even other subjects, ilang units ang tinake mo ngayon?
3, 6, 9, 12 po, sir.
Okay. So, okay.
Medyo malayo pa naman, sir, kaso syempre advance tayo mag-isip, kaya nagpaplano na po ako.
Oo.
Na baka umuwi ako ng Bicol.
Okay. So, magiging full-time ka? Like, full-time ka?
Na student po?
Opo, pagbalik mo dito?
Ay, hindi po, sir. Kailangan ko pa magtrabaho. Kaya nga po, sir, nag-TTM ako para po.
Alat, ma'am.
just
Teka,
in case.
lahat lang, ma'am. Anong kuan mo pala? Anong tawag dito? Anong course mo? Undergrad? Saka major?
Bachelor of Technical Teacher Education, major in Food Service Management.
Food service. Sayang, may load na kaya kami this time. So, akala ko kasi iba yung course mo eh. Baka may i-offer ako sa yung mag-part-time ka dito sa amin. Baka sila Sir J. Ben, bigyan ko if they're interested, if Sir J. Ben, if you don't mind, do you have
Yes, sir.
excuse me, mama, no, may tanong lang ako. Sir J. Ben, if you don't mind, do you have a background in mechatronics, PLC, pneumatics, something like that?
May na-attend ako, sir, na training about
Training.
dyan. Pero yung talagang full course na kunti pa lang, sir. Kunti pa lang ko sa mechatronics.
Kung sakali sana I'll be endorsing you to our program, program chair, Sir Calleja, kasi we're looking for faculty. Kaya that's the good thing. Bakit kayo nag-aaral ng masteral? Because of leveraging. Diba? Linkage. Kailangan nyo ng linkage class. Kasi baka merong better opportunity sa inyo. Sir Jeben, if you're interested, you can apply for letter of intent. Since pa siya, sir, ang start plan ng klase natin is tawag dito. August pa naman. Then you can apply for part-time. We have actually MEI students before na nagtuturo na sa Busit sa aming college. And they are part-time actually or professional lecturers. So Sir Jeben, if you're interested po, you can contact Sir Calleja or ako ma'am, ako sir, if you have interest.
Sige po, sir.
Kasi
Kasi
kulang
dati sir, naga part-time talaga ako sa BU sa Tabaco Campus dati pa. Pero nung kasi may directives na binaba sa amin, pinagbabawalan kami sa TESDA na mag part-time sa ibang school.
Pwede sir, alam ko
Ah,
pwede. May
Opo.
letter
Pero
ata.
siguro, yes
Pero
po.
may
Pero
letter of
siguro sa
permit. Permit ata.
pag Saturday, yes po, kailangan lang mag-apply ng permit.
Oo.
Pwede, sir.
Sige sir.
Additional income din yun, sir.
Sige sir.
Pwede sir
titignan ko, sir.
kasi apo, if you have time, i-check mo sa yung schedule
Ah.
mo this coming first sem. Tapos kasi meron din kami sir taga TESDA. Are you familiar with ma'am, yung mag-asawa, si ma'am saka si Sir Venus?
Yes po.
Opo.
Si Sir Alan saka si
Sir Alan. Kasi po, pwede mo siya sir maging, I don't know, partner kayo sa load.
sige sir.
If you're interested, sir.
Kausapin ko sir, si Sir Alan kung sakali.
Sige.
Sir, may question po pala ako.
Sige po.
About sa summer class.
Mhm.
Pag ba sir, daily po ba ang pasok?
Yun po. In my case po, ang pasok kung hindi pa sure ipa-approve na ha. Yung schedule ko po is MWF 12 to 3. I know 1 to 4 ata. Kasi meron siyang laboratory.
Hindi pala kami magkakapag
Yun lang. Pero yung course na i-offer namin is related sa inyo. Kasi it's electrical and electronics technology.
Sayang pala. Anyway, thank you sir.
Ma'am, back to you po. Ma'am Emeline. So, meron ka na palang ginawa parang LMS about bread and pastry and cookery. So, as of now, ano po, meron ka pang idadagdag ng mga topics or materials sa inyong
Ano po, sir, basta po, sir, yung LMS ko po, sir, standby lang po siya para po sa mga future subjects na hahawakan ko po. Yan po yung pinaka-main purpose niya kung bakit LMS po yung yung pinili ko po. Kasi as of now, okay naman kasi may LMS kami. Pero yun nga po, what if? Yan po. For future use.
Okay, sige. Another question, ma'am. Sabi mo, yung ginamit mo na software or application on a trial and merong payment. Right? So, hanggang kuan siya. Kasi pag once na nag-expire siya, baka pag-submit mo sa akin, hindi ko ma-access yung kuan mo, yung LMS mo. Kasi 'di ba ang deadline natin is ang end of school natin is mga May 20, mga May 20 ganun. So hindi pa naman siya nasa trial or kuan. Or kahit mag-expire siya, ma-access ko siya. Would it be possible?
Ano po, sir, yung aking in-access po is for free siya. Ibig sabihin po, pwede siyang ma-access anytime or kahit gaano
Sige.
katagal. Yung meron lang po kasing bayad, sir, yun po yung may validity na let's say 6 months to 1 year, mga
Okay.
ganun po. Kasi po may exclusive na mga pwedeng ilagay doon na hindi pwedeng gamitin doon sa libre. Kaya yung akin po, sir, pag in-access nyo siya, pag kumpleto na po siya, pag sinabit ko na, kung mapapansin nyo po, may mga ads na lumalabas.
Okay. Now I
Libre
know.
nga po.
Apo, libre siya. Thank you. Thank you, Mas Rason, for your
Thank you
output.
po.
Okay. Good luck. Next presenter po. Do we need to tawag diyan? Use the relay or okay, si Mr. Ascucha pala, I'm sorry. Sir Ascucha, it's your turn po.
Okay, so good afternoon. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. So allow me to share to you my presentation. So alright, so I hope everyone can see now my presentation or my PowerPoint. So the title of my project is TLE, E-Library or Electronic Library, a mock-up mobile course library application of collected instructional resources in technology and livelihood education. So what is TLE library? So TLE library is a mobile course library application of collected instructional materials for technology and livelihood education areas. So the TLE library mobile application is developed to help to help educators to impart accessible learning resources through mobile learning in facilitating their learners for either modular, online, or blended learning modality. So this provides learning resources such as PowerPoint presentations, informative documents, educational videos, and linked to reliable and factual web pages that are advantageous and convenient support in learning the different areas of TLE for both learners and educators. So this app is divided into four tabs or sections or four parts: the home screen, read, watch, and browse. So, let me give you some tour of my mobile app. The home screen. So home screen introduces the application and it contains forms such as registration for new users and users feedback. It also shows the suggested contents of the other parts of the application. So it also includes the library bulletin board where news and updates are shown. For read read part naman or read tab, read is the tab where users can find all the downloadable reading materials such as copies of PowerPoint presentations and other reading materials with short assessments from Google or linked with Google Form. So watch where the users can watch different educational videos related to specific areas in TLE and linked with YouTube. Also with browse. Browse where reliable and factual web pages are linked for additional learning references of both students and educators. So how to install? Script ko na muna to, sir. Oh, just easy. I'll just click the link if you have this link and open it to your browser, then add it to your home screen so that it will work like a real mobile application, because this mobile application or mock-up mobile application is made with Glide app. Okay, Glide app, also an online mobile app developer. So objectives, the main purpose of this mobile course library application is to provide learning resources for both students and teachers in technology and livelihood education, and to minimize the inadequacy of learning resources. And also, the following goals are for accessibility and feasibility of the mobile app are also part of achieving its main purpose. Number one, learners can easily install the app using their smartphone browser. Learners can use the mobile app anytime and anywhere with internet connection. Learners can download reading materials and videos for offline access. And learners can access more reliable websites for more information that are linked in the course library. And also, learners will not spend more time for searching other learning resources offline or online. So downloaded learning resources are accessible even there is the absence of power, as long as their smartphones are still working or fully charged. Availability of learning resources will help to minimize or lessen the challenges encountered by the students in distance learning, such as inadequate learning resources, vague learning contents, limited teacher scaffolds, and difficulty in coping with the lessons. Students will be utilizing the mobile app in their learning and also in accomplishing their modules. Okay, number two, the TLE teachers. The TLE teachers, they can use the mobile app to support the learning of their students. They can promote, okay, my mobile application, and also they can use it as one of their references aside from the books provided by the school. Since if just in case if they want more information aside from the informations they are getting from their books and so on. And number three is school administration. So if we are using the mobile phone for as um as an alternative for books or any handouts or information sheets. Okay, they can lessen the production of their yun nga, yung mga learning materials with the use of papers. Okay, so next we have the project timeline. So the start of this project was when we conducted the anong tawag doon? When we conducted the yung design thinking process. So from week 1, so we have to week 10. Week 1 to week 10. So first process, the mobile application development process is the project requirement analysis. First week, wireframing of the app. Second week, and data collection. Okay, continuous from second week to week 10. Database design. Okay, third week after collecting some of PowerPoint presentation or mga learning resources from friends and internet. So gagawa na ako ng database design or the I have two database. I am using two database, the Google Drive and at the same time the spreadsheet, the Google spreadsheets that will be used in Glide app as the main source of information. UI and UX or users interface and users experience design. Okay, from week number 4 to week 4 to week 5. When you say UI and UX, this is how the users can click the different buttons, how to swipe, scroll the contents, and so on. And also application development from week number 4 to week 8. So this is where I apply or where I store all the informations needed in the application from my database or the design of my mobile app. The mobile app testing. So week 7 and week 8. So I started my mobile testing last week with my students in cookery, grade 7 and grade 9 for the fourth quarter only. So that's why I used my PowerPoint presentations for the fourth quarter for my app as the first contents. So post-production support. So week 9 and week 10. So parang evaluation of the mobile app. And also project development process. So this project is developed through the integration of two processes. So design thinking process and mobile application development process. So the first mobile app development process was project requirement analysis, where design thinking process, empathize, and define were integrated, and ideate was with wireframing of the app, and the next processes such as data collection, database design, UI and UX design, and application development were integrated with prototyping, and lastly, mobile app testing and post-production support with the test. Okay, yung test of the design thinking process. Okay, update. Okay, nasabi ko na kanina under the project timeline. If you will allow me to show my documentation of my preparation or project development, pwede ko po siyang i-share. May prepare po akong video. Okay, so allow me to stop sharing of my PPT. Paano pa mag-stop, sir? Okay. Pwede ba? So, say, I will share to you my tawag dyan, documentation. So, while I am creating the mobile app, I am recording myself using OBS. OBS. Nasaan ba yun? Eto. So, full screen. So, I hope everyone can see my video. Love sharing. So as you notice, I used Google Drive as the main source or the storage of my tawag ng contents, and I transfer it to spreadsheet, and from spreadsheet it will automatically update the mobile application, and that's all for my project.
Sir Escucha, you done?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. So your IM that you're working on is about you want to develop a mobile application.
Yes po, sir. Na parang ano, slideshare pero may videos and
Okay, so
linked
may
websites.
pa-document pa si Mayor. I'm happy that di naman ako nagdududa sa ginawa mo, Mr. Escucha. Well, in fact, I trust you kasi I know naman you're versed with technology. And I'll be asking some clarifications regarding sa gagawin mong mobile app. Okay. First, I want to know what uh, software or application ang gagamitin mo sa inyong mobile app. Kasi nakita ko merong Google Sheet, tama ba? And kasi gumagawa din ako ng mobile app actually. Yung ginawa kong material, it is accompanied with a mobile app. Ang ginamit ko po that time was application inventor or app inventor, pero hindi ko pa siya pinublish sa Google Store. Kasi yung yung instructional device ko hindi pa siya tapos, and in-upgrade ko siya apparently. Still nasa second phase siya ng research. I'm planning to palakihin yung prototype, and then I will be adding 2 or 3 mobile applications. So may research akong ginagawa ngayon concerning sa aking instructional device. Sa iyo po, Mr. Ascutia, ano po ang ginagamit mong application or software?
Software po. Online software po, yung Glide app. So if you allow me, sir, to present
Sige,
ako
okay.
yung view para
Pakita mo
meron
sa
po
akin.
kayo, sir, na parang ang tawag dyan, knowledge or any info. Ayan po, sir.
Mr. Ascutia, is it user friendly? Kasi yung App Inventor masyadong detailed. User friendly ba
Yes,
siya?
yes po, sir. If
Mhm.
you already familiar with its part,
Mhm.
yung mga parts niya in how to add the informations, the pictures from your spreadsheet.
Okay.
Nakalink lang naman siya, sir, sa spreadsheet. So as you notice po dito,
Okay.
okay, eto yung spreadsheet ko, nandiyan yung mga informations needed or parang yung mga pictures, videos, and so on. Puro lang siya linked from Google Drive. From Google Drive, kinokopya ko yung link sa spreadsheet. And from spreadsheet, automatically, it will update here in application.
Okay. So it's similar to AppSheet. Have you heard of it? 'Di ba yung BU is parang kwan tayo? We were given to use the opportunity to use the Google applications or suites. 'Di ba? Have you seen the AppSheet or experience gamitin yung software na yon? Kasi yung method niya based on your sa sinabi mo kanina is through link, 'di ba?
Yes
Nakalink yung
po.
spreadsheet, yung Word, minsan even the Google Forms, am I right? Nakalink din
Yes
diyan.
po.
Okay. But does it require coding skills? May mga code ba? Hindi naman masyado. Kasi
Di naman po, sir, masyado.
okay. Kasi akala ko, kasi katulad ng App Inventor, may mga coding kasi siya um, how about the layout? May mga may mga embedded pan ba siya? Templates?
Layout,
Sa
template.
background? Sige po. Meron ba siya?
Yung iba, sir, na features may bayad. If you're going to upgrade po,
Ah,
ma-access po yung ibang features. Pero ito, sir, parang yung free din, katulad ng ginagamit din ni um, Rezoin. So, ito yung mga, parang, if you are going to change the layout, ito lang, sir, pero undo ko muna, sir.
okay lang. So meaning to say, so halimbawa,
Program.
I am the student, Mr. Escucha. How am I
Yes
going to
po.
access your app? Are you going to
May
publish it sa Google's Play?
No, no po, sir. I will be providing them the link of the mobile application.
The link. So,
Opo.
see, kumbaga, nakalink siya, then that's the time na ma-access nila. So, hindi na kailangan ng app, di
Hindi
ba?
na hindi na po kailangan i-download. So what
See.
they need, um, i-open yung link sa browser. Tapos sa browser po meron dun na three dots. If you are going to click that, sir, meron dun na ad screen. Tapos sa ad screen, automatically lalabas siya dun sa home screen mo as one of your mobile application. And it will work also as a real mobile application.
So, ulitin natin yung app na ginagamit mo is Glide.
Yes.
Glide. Tama ba?
Yes po.
So, pero katulad din yung, 'di ba? Kasi yun ang kwan natin eh. Most of our applications kasi negosyo na din eh. During my time, it's free. Wala siyang advertisement. Minsan meron siyang tawag dito, parang anong tawag doon? Halimbawa, gumamit, may ginamit kang software, video editing software. Once na-publish mo siya, parang may lumalabas na, ano yun, parang silhouette. Ang term na doon, nakalimutan ko. Na nagpi-play siya, pero,
Watermark, sir.
yeah. Thank you, Ma'am Cheryl. Yun. Para maalis yun, kailangan mo bayaran. To have a premium account. Kasi gumamit ako one time ng anong ginamit kong software na pang-editing? Filmora, yeah, Filmora.
Filmora.
Yeah, kasi yun ang pinakasikat ngayon eh, na dati movie maker lang eh. Ngayon, meron ng Premiere, Adobe Premiere, tapos yung DaVinci, saka ngayon, yung Filmora kasi yung pinakasikat eh. So, after you edited nag-split ka, nag-trim ka, tapos naglagay ka ng effects, tapos once na ipapublish mo na-save naman siya. Na-convert naman siya into video file, pero yun nga, may watermark. So, kailangan mo maalis yun. You have to pay. So, sa iyo, Mr. Ascutia, ganun din ba yung experience mo? May mga, sa Glide, may mga parts pa doon na hindi mo kayang gamitin, ay hindi mo magagamit or ma-access. May mga tools ba doon? Or ano ba yung niya? Downside niya?
Yes po, sir. So far, sir, maganda naman, sir. Yung pag-embed lang, sir, pag-embed ng mga different websites, yun po ang problema. Kasi kailangan i-upgrade.
Okay, when you upgrade, you need to pay.
Yes po.
Okay, yun lang. Sige, pero at least magamit na rin yan, yung mobile app.
So, bala ko sana, sir, parang it will look like a slide share, para slide na lang siya. So, what I did, like PowerPoint presentations.
Mr. Ascutia, am I right? You are connected sa UST?
Yes po, sir.
Sa secondary department, tama?
Yes po.
Sorry, secondary school, right? Di ba sa inyo, you're obliged to undergo or to prepare a research proposal or gumawa ng research? Yes or no?
Yes po, sir. We are required po, all faculty members.
I think your output can be a subject of research. Pwede mo din siya magamit sa iyong career, sa promotion. What do you think?
Yes.
You can present sa school. Kasi, or not, ina-apply na ba yan sa inyo? Ginagamit na ba yan? Hindi pa naman.
Hindi pa naman po. Ngayon ko pa lang, sir, ginagamit after I develop.
Kasi sayang lang kung for compliance lang eh. Kasi magandang benefit niya eh. Diba? So you can use that sa iyong research or have it copyright. Okay. So yun ang aking suggestion. Thank you, Mr. Ascutia. Okay?
Okay.
So,
thank you po.
So, class, if you can, if naririnig nyo, I keep on convincing or encouraging you yung mga ideas ninyo should not put into waste lang. Or sayang kasi may potential siya, may value. So, isa sa mga topics, I'm planning to present a topic or a material or a recorded video about intellectual property. Ang isa sa mga topics doon is about copyright, patent application para at least magamit nyo siya sa inyong career. Okay? So, one of the topics here sa ating productions of audiovisual aids and devices is about developing instructional materials and how you will be protected through copyright or patent. Let's say you want to apply your prototype into instructional or utility model or industrial design, pwede nyo siyang magamit. Okay? Kaya baga yung mga businessman, mga scientists, mga inventors, innovators, nagkakapera sila because una-una pinaghirapan nila eh. Hindi naman hanggang dun lang. Halimbawa, gumawa ka ng research. Ah, as a student, yung fan mo, yung output mo, hindi lang pwede may standby lang yan or malagay lang sa isang library o sa isang bookshelf. Sana yung study ninyo in the future magagamit po ng mga estudyante. So that's why I'm encouraging you na yung idea ninyo can be something na magagamit nyo in the future. Okay? So, thank you Mr. Ascutia again. And let's proceed to the next presenter. I think isa o dalawa na lang. Okay? Sino yung nag-raise? Miss Briobo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, proceed with your presentation.
Apo, sir. Permission to share screen po, sir.
Sige po.
Okay po, sir, pwede na mag-start? Sir Kenji. Naririnig po ba ako?
You can proceed
Yes,
po.
ma'am.
Proceed.
Okay po. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmate. Ang aking gagawin po ay makapa LGEM. LGEM stands for Logic Gates Experimental Module. Ang description niya po, Mockup LGEM Logic Gates Experimental Module is a module intended for CIT students of the BESMSCAT student that undergo a digital electronics subject in their curriculum. This module is made for supplemental for electronics and electrical instructional equipment. Mock-up LGEM content, first is introduction, theory of electronics and electricity, logic IC circuit, the AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, and may mga kaakibat po siyang mga laboratory or mga experiment po. And then, application of logic gates in terms of 7 segments, and then yung isa po is running light. And then, objective of mock-up LGEM is for demonstration of logic gates operation and functions for supplementary and electronics and electrical instructional equipment, for understanding the operation of logic ICs through hands-on or laboratory. The beneficiaries, the beneficiaries are the CIT students of the BESMSCAT student that has a digital electronics subject in their curriculum. However, it can be adopted by other institutions provided that they own an electronics and electrical instructional equipment from MDCS. The project timeline po is target to finish within 6 weeks. Development process, creation of mock-up LGEM, and then review, to cascade ang laboratory and experimental activities to my handled student para po ma-assess ang kanyang usability, and then the finalization of output, and then this is the final output po. sir. Okay na po.
Sige.
Thank you po.
Okay, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. I'll be asking some questions or clarifications from your. So is it done already? The LGEM?
Hindi pa po, sir. Bale, may mga existing po, sir, na module or activity pero hindi po siya, sir, experimental. For example, yung LGEM po kasi, sir, meron siyang sa laboratory na what if pinag-combine mo yung two types of IC, what will be the what will be the output if the input is 1 and 0 tapos two different types of ICs po. Bale, sir, ang naandito lang po sa module na existing is yung nasa truth table which is very shallow po.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. You want to develop a mock-up? Yes or no?
Yes po. Yes po.
So do you have the initial design? Or may I know the features of your mock-up? Can you show it to us? Would that be okay?
Anong design po, sir? Ang mock-up ko, sir, is module na magsusupplement po, sir, doon sa existing na device or equipment, instructional equipment.
Ma'am, let me
Yes.
clear mock-up is different from a module. Para clear sa atin, baka magkaroon ng misinterpretation po, mock-up is different from a module. These two are IMs or materials. Hope you understand.
Yes po.
Okay. Now, I'll be asking again. What type of IM are you working? Sabi mo kanina, you will be developing a mock-up, which is the LGEM, right?
Yes po.
So now, tatanungin kita ulit, ano ba specific IM ang gagawin mo? Is it a mock-up or a module?
Module, sir.
Okay. So, clear na sa atin, So,
Yes po.
yung LGEM, by the way, meron ba kayong LGEM sa school na instructional device? Yes or no?
Meron po, sir, pero electronics and electrical equipment po yun, not LGEM.
Ah,
LGEM stands for
Logic.
Logic Gate
Kaya nga po.
Experimental
Kaya nga.
Module.
Okay. Gets ko na. Kaya LGEM siya. Pero, yung module mo ba is accompanied with an instructional device na meron sa school ninyo? Sa DBMSCAT?
Yes po.
Okay. Now, para hindi tayo malito, I will be asking what type of instructional device ang meron po sa DBMSCAT para sa inyong LGEM?
Meron po siya, sir, ng training module ang naandun.
Okay.
Ang content,
Sige.
yes po. Yes po, sir. Broad po yung niya, yung discussion niya. Tas nung the last time po na in-scan ko siya, sir, halo-halo siya. Nag-discuss din siya ng sa motor controls. Yung equipment po, sir, is hiwa-hiwalay siya. Like, iba ang equipment sa motor controls, iba ang equipment sa logic circuits, iba naman po yung equipment doon para sa sensor. Pero nasa isang book po sila. Tapos yung mga naandun po na activities is truth table lang.
Okay.
Like, hindi mo po pwedeng ibigay yung isang buong libro para doon sa mga nag-undergo ng logic ng digital electronics.
Ma'am, clear lang natin para clear tayo Ang tanong ko po is, do you have an instructional device or equipment para malinaw? Para sa inyong LGEM.
Meron
Sabi mo
po.
yes. Now,
Yes po.
kasi you presented sa book or sa kwan. Pero I'm after on the mock-up, the device or equipment. May I know what specific meron doon na pwede mong gamitin sa inyong LGM. Kasi kung LGM lang po, that will not suffice.
Yes po.
Sige po. May ano po, anong specific na device, equipment, palitan mo na to, device, equipment, or mock-up ang meron sa DBEMSCAT?
Ano po siya, sir? Meron sila doon na parang kasi tinanong ko kung anong pangalan. So, ang pangalan daw ng device na yun is Electronics and Electrical Equipment. Pero,
Ah,
siya po ay parang simultation ng mga different types of logic circuits, input, output. Parang yung, meron po ba ganun si Sir Bustamante, yung ginagamit namin?
ang tawag naman po
Sa
doon,
kanya?
yung tawag naman doon is De Lorenzo. Yung De
Opo.
Lorenzo po is an instructional device na there are series of topics, okay? Series of topics na pang electronics. Merong sa motor control, merong pang logic gates. Tinawag siyang. Pero yun, basic lang yun. Ang mga pwede nyo mapag-aralan doon sa De Lorenzo. Sa inyo, kasi ang term kasi electrical and electronic instrument or equipment is quite broad. So I just want like to know kung ano ba talaga yung term na ginagamit. Kung ano bang tawag po talaga. Kasi kasi gusto ko malaman kung saan doon papasok yung LGEM. Okay? Pakilala lang po regarding
Yes po.
sa material na po ay sa device na ginagamit. Kasi sa amin po De Lorenzo. Kung
Okay. Sir,
yes po.
yes. Would it be fine po kung mag-send ako ng picture mismo ng equipment? Kasi yun nga din po, tinatanong ko din kung anong tawag doon mismo. For example, yung sa Fab Lab, laser cutter, alam mo kung para saan siya intended for laser cutter. Nung tinatanong ko po yung sila kung anong tawag doon, yun yung sinasagot nila sa akin, electronics and electrical instructional device or equipment. Kaya yun din po yung nilagay ko.
Yung electrical electronic, meron po yung manual na kasama. Meron ba o wala?
Yes po. Meron po.
O meron. Di andun yung kwan niya. Yung title. Pero ganito, can you share us? Pa-send dito sa
Eto sir.
Hindi po namin makita. Yes.
Paano ba ito?
Andyan ba ngayon?
Okay. Eto sir. Yes, ito po yung manual niya.
Electronic training module.
Tapos yung yes po. And then yung activity niya sir ay mga ganito lang. Sa truth table lang ng end gate. Pero wala po siya sir dito ng experimental na what if si end gate or gate and non-gate pinag-connect mo, what will be the output if the input is 0, 1 or 1, 0 or 0, 0.
Okay, that's the truth table. Pero
napaka-shallow po ng activity niya.
Pero ma'am, ganito po. We're looking for the prototype or the prototype, the equipment. Meron kang copy or picture, na picturean mo. Kasi that is a manual, right? Or activity. Meron kang picture mismo ng device para magets namin kung saang part doon magkaka-focus sa module. Pero anyway, just send na lang po yung material because of our limited time. So thank you, ma'am. Sige. So let us now proceed to nag-message si Ma'am Lazada. So ma'am, ikaw po yung last presenter for this meeting. Okay, since wala po tayo.
Opo, sir, thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Thank you po.
Tapos na po. Joke.
Sige.
Good afternoon po. Let me share my screen. So this is the title of my project. My project is titled I Act. Project title is I Act. It is an interactive instructional material. Project description: I Act is an offline interactive instructional material for TLE ICT Grade 9, Module 3, Install Computer System and Networks. Lesson 1, Plan and Prepare for Installation. This comprises a combination of animated text, images, and videos. This is a supplementary learning resource that allows the learner to study their lesson independently at their own pace and time. So the objective is to provide supplementary interactive learning resources for students under difficult circumstances. So the beneficiaries are my grade 9 TLE ICT students. Then the project timeline is 6 months. The project development process that I used is the Assure model. And the final output is an IACT interactive instructional materials. Then evaluation will follow. So this is the Assure project plan that I drafted. The first phase is analyzing learners. Under this phase, I will create a survey form to profile the students. For profiling the students, to assess the general characteristics, the entry characteristics, and the learning styles of the students. The standard objectives are as follows, and the strategies, methods, media, and materials are these. I won't read them all anymore. So this is the timeline. First phase, analyze learners. Second phase, stating objectives. Third phase, select strategies, technology, media, and materials. Fourth phase, utilize technology, media, and materials. Then fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth is the require learner participation, and the sixth is the evaluate and revise. So under analyze learners, I put in there that I need consultation to students and parents. I will be drafting the survey form. I already drafted the survey form since the duration is March to April. Then I will let the students, I already let the students accomplish the survey form. Then I already analyzed the survey results. Then the objectives, I already drafted the project plan, and I have not yet drafted the project framework. And the third phase, under the third phase, I have to draft the commitment form that will be accomplished by the grade 9 students, progress report form, and feedback form. In this phase, I also included content creation and designing prototype or the user interface, add audio contents, and graphic enhancement or aesthetics. Utilizing technology, media, and materials, I put in their demonstration, initial testing, and final testing. Require learner participation, orientation, accomplishment, submit, utilization, commitment form, and other forms, then evaluation. So progress report. So these are now the progress of my project. So I am now on week. I have done from March to April week 3. Tapos ko na po sila. And I am now under designing of user interface. So these are the documentation. This is the survey form that I used, and the students, 32 out of 40 of my students already accomplished the form, and I still have to reach out 8 more students to accomplish. And this is now the result of the survey. So there are 9.4 students who doesn't have ICT gadgets, and there are 28.1% of my students do not have internet access. And most of my students can use apps, and I have a varied learners with different learning styles. So this is the result. 12.5% loves playing, 25% love watching videos, 25% loves exploring, and 37.5% loves reading. So based from this result, that's why I came up with an offline interactive instructional materials, because there are 28.1% of my students do not have internet access. So this is now the user interface of my app. That will be all. Thank you po.
Okay? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you come up with with your title, 'di ba?
I act.
I act. I uploaded it last meet time when you presented that during the
Opo.
design thinking, right?
Opo.
Design thinking activity. Ma'am, there are things that I would like to verify from you regarding sa ginagawa mong IM. Concerning on the data gathering. So what tools or instrument did you use and how did you retrieve the data?
I sent the Google form po sa GC namin.
Mhm. And your respondents are what? What type of
Are my grade 9 ICT students po. Those beneficiaries of my app, my system.
Okay. Ma'am, you made mention that based on your data na merong students na walang tama ba? Wala or limited yung devices nila?
Opo.
So,
Meron naman po kaming sa school na pinapaborrow sa mga students. Meron kaming
see.
PC tablets na pwede siyang i-borrow ng mga students. Meron lang memorandum of agreement na kailangan pong i-fill out.
Okay. Okay, magandang intervention 'yan. Na parang tawag dito, ah, para makapag-cope up or ng lessons. Ano ba ma'am yung days? Meaning to say yung devices or laptop ba dinadala sa bahay?
Opo, meron lang siyang
See. Okay.
pwedeng dalhin.
So ilang kuan ma'am? Ilan ba dito? Ilang days ba or week allowed
Wala
ba?
naman sir nakalagay doon kung ilan. First come first serve yung system namin ngayon, kung sino yung naunang Pero
Maganda.
usually ang mga gumagamit nun sir ICT students talaga.
See. Okay. So, yung kuwan po ma'am, yung device niyo po, galing ba yan sa DepEd?
Yung
Yung
ano po sir.
yung ginagamit ng mga bata?
Opo, under siya ng
Anong
DepEd
program?
Computerization Program, DCP po.
Okay. Good. Maganda yun. So, ma'am, so far, ano po yung kuwan natin, yung development ng ating IAC? Nasa anong phase ka na po? Or ano man yung mga dapat pang...
Usually, actually sir, nakagawa na ako, kaya lang kulang pa siya ng... Kulang pa.
Kailang?
Kulang pa siya ng part ng self-assessment na lang po sir.
Okay.
Kasi meron ako doon nilagay, self-assessment. Pwede ko sir ipakita.
Sige ma'am, para at least matulungan namin kayo kung
Opo.
anong improvement.
Ano lang kasi siya sir, offline siya. Ang ginamit ko lang sir is PowerPoint lang para simple. I made it as simple as possible para magamit ng mga students na hindi masyadong abreast sa technology. Wait lang po.
Ma'am, are you connected sa Malabog, right? High school?
Opo.
Okay.
Opo, sir. Wait lang, sir. Sharing po. So, ito po yung niya, yung menu. The student will choose kung alin po yung niya. Auto. So, ito yung menu page niya. So,
Is it interactive,
dito tayo
ma'am?
sa e-learning, sir.
Interactive ba siya?
Opo, interactive instructional material. Opo.
Okay.
The
Wow.
student will just choose the topic they wish to study first. Meron siyang slides, meron siyang video and e-games na naka-linked. So, hyperlinked na po siya, sir.
Mm.
Yan po. Try natin to sa sir. Nakalink po ito, sir, kung alin ang gusto nilang gawin una. May user guide po. User guide ko po, sir, na ginawa. Simple lang.
So, ma'am, ginawa mo to siya, ma'am, sa PowerPoint, right? PowerPoint.
Yes, sir.
Tapos, why is it na parang naka-video siya? Under sa PowerPoint, andun yung video?
Naka-PowerPoint show. Opo. Naka-embed siya, sir. Tabi.
Okay, so, since video siya, paano, may link, parang, pag using the cursor, i-click namin yung object para ma-access? Or yung
Offline po
icon?
siya. Offline siya, sir.
See, kahit offline. Sige.
Opo.
I'm interested with your material. Sige. Okay. So, this subject is for...
Ito,
Yes po.
sir, wala pang laman na sir. Sir?
Okay, na medyo nawala tayo sa yung ating connection. Ma'am, this subject is for grade 9 students.
Opo, grade 9 TLE ICT students.
ICT
Only
yung
po.
subject. O what specific topic sa ICT? Tama ko, computer systems and network. Pero that is a part pa lang. Part lang siya.
Ito, sir, module 3 po.
Okay. Okay. Sige. Ma'am, thank you for your output, ma'am, for your presentation. Sige. Class, hello? Are you still there, ma'am? Am I audible? Hello? Wala ata ako sa connection. Hello? Am I still audible, class? Can you hear me? Ma'am? Hello? I'm lost. Dahil lang po ano? Hello? Can you hear me po?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, nagka-problema yung ating internet na naman. So, I think sige. Teka lang ha. Saan tayo? Attendance. Ayusin ko lang muna. Okay. Now we're back. Sige. Since class, again, limited na po yung time natin. By the way, thank you, ma'am, for your presentation, Ma'am Cheryl.
Opo.
So, next batch of presenters pa, bigyan ko kayo ulit ng chance. Be early next time. Okay? So, since ilan pa yung, actually, ang nag-gradean ko lang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 or 7 students ang may output sa kanilang project scope. So, yung presentation po ng project scope natin is until next meeting na lang. Okay? So, that will be on April 30. Okay. And, so here comes May. Diyan na po kayo magpo-proceed ng inyong final output or our final requirement. Okay? Sa inyong production of audiovisual aids and devices course. Okay? And I will be inviting a panel for experts na magpe-present ng inyong output. So, probably 3 Saturdays tayo na magpe-present kayo ng inyong material. So, sa next Saturday, pag-usapan natin sino yung mauuna perhaps 5 or depende, 5 or 6 members kada meeting mag-present ng kanilang. Yung hindi po kasali, hindi, wag na po muna mag-attend ng meeting. So only the presenters po. Okay? So pag-usapan na natin yung final output ninyo, and during the presentation po, i-submit niyo yung copy ng inyong output kasi meron, so you're going to present a PowerPoint or slide presentation, and then kasama yung final output ninyo. What I mean, yung copy ng material niyo i-send nyo sa mga panel. So I think 2 or 3 panel po ang invite ko who will critique your work. Is that clear, class? Okay, so again,
Yes, sir.
last presentation po of your project scope is until April 30, next meeting. And by the way po, I observe na wala po, konti po sa inyo ang nagsusubmit ng learning activities. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan yan. Kindly check or visit our Google Classroom and pa-comply po ng mga tasks or activities, or else baka ma-NC po tayo. Just a gentle reminder po, Okay, since malapit po yung end of class. Okay. Yes, ma'am, I'll check po. If may kulang ka po, I'll email you. Okay po? Sige. So, is there any questions or clarifications about the activity or about the requirements? Class? Meron pa po tanong or clarifications or reaction? Hearing none, I think may I ask for...
Excuse me, sir po.
Sige po, sir. Yes, go ahead, Sir Junel.
Okay. So, ano lang sir, confirmation lang sir if yung last task or activity is all about gamification.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you po, sir.
Apo. Okay. So, yeah, yung last task or activity natin is gamification, but there are some, not in general, there are some students or some of your classmates hindi po nagsusubmit. Don't worry, wala pa naman siyang deadline as of this moment. But, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, yung ating system, grading system, nahati sa dalawa, midterm and final. Apparently, I'm computing with your midterm, kasi wala akong mailagay doon. Kasi some of us are not submitting their activities or tasks. So, again, reminder po, pa-submit po or pa-accomplish ng tasks or activities. Okay? Sige. So, are there more questions or clarifications? Wala na po ba? So, if wala na po, pa-turn on ang camera natin for photo ops or documentation. Sige, eyes on the monitor, please, or screen. Okay. Everyone? On ang camera. Sige. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you, class. Thanks for your time. Yung next batch po of presenters, be
Thank you, sir.
early. Okay. Sige.
Thank you, sir.
Bye,
Goodbye.
po.
Bye.
Happy weekend po.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Sir
Bye.
Junel.
Okay, class. Glad that you were able to present your project scope, and for those students who are not able to present their output, you can continue. We can continue that next meeting. That will be my ultimatum or deadline. So, at the start of May, we will now proceed with the presentation of your final output. And I'm reminding you that I will be inviting a panel of evaluators aside from me who will also critique your work. So that's all, class, and thanks for your time, and keep safe always.
Zombie apocalypse.